Please make a video about how to become a preacher. I've never heard of that. It sounds interesting. Yes, it is very interesting. The Amish way and how they become a preacher is not just someone that says, hey, I think I am called to become a preacher and then just chooses to become a preacher. It doesn't work like that. So the way that it works is, first of all, you have to be baptized into the Amish church and be a member of the Amish church. You have to be married. You cannot do that without being married. And then the way that they do it is it's typically on a Sunday, that they have what they call groskme, and I do not know what the English word is for. So gme is church, but I don't know what the word gross means is in English, other than it means great. So great church, but there's a different term for that in the Pennsylvania Dutch language, but I don't really know like what it is. But this is a Sunday, so there's two different times. It's spring and fall. They have two times that they have a church. They have one Sunday they have a church service that is called Ordnung church, and that's like the time that they go over, like Ordnung means order, and that's when they go over like all the rules of the church, and only the members of the church are allowed to be there. And people get this mixed up all the time. They're like, wait, I thought everybody was a member. No, not everybody is a member of the church. You're part of the Amish community, but that doesn't mean that you are a member. A member means that you got baptized into the church, and that usually happens after the age of 18. Somewhere between 18 and 20 is usually when you decide like, hey, I'm going to join the church, which means I'm going to get baptized into the church. So carrying on with the how they ordain a preacher is it'll happen on the Sunday, sometimes Saturday too, when only the members of the church come together. No other people are there. And they will have instead of a 3-hour church service, it could be a 5-hour church service. Now, that 5-hour church service, if they're ordaining a preacher, it could go longer. So the way that they do it is the members of the congregation, there's usually going to be like maybe 5 or 6 people, guys that get chosen to be put into the pot. Basically like, hey, each congregation, member of the congregation voted, hey, I want to vote this person in to become a preacher. So there could be 5 guys that are up for that, okay? This is called the New Testament, Das Neue Testament, and this is a German Bible, okay? So if you're German, some German people cannot read and understand this, but this is one of the oldest versions of German there is. A lot of German people don't even speak this anymore, but this is the type of German that we learned in school. We read it. We didn't speak it as our first language, but we read this, and then we sang our German hymn books. I have one of those as well, and that's what it was in. Okay, so these 5 guys are lined up, and it's random, okay? So they will take, let's just say this is a piece of paper, okay? And I don't know what's written on the paper because I never saw that, but they will take a piece of paper, slip it into one of their Bibles, okay? Close it, and it's random. So they'll mix up these 5 Bibles, and then they will pass out the Bibles to these 5 guys that have been voted in to potentially become an ordained minister or preacher and bishop. So there's different ones. Whoever opens the book that has whatever note that is in there. Some of you guys that are from the Amish, you may know what that is. I don't. That person is then ordained as a preacher. And that is how you become an Amish preacher.